Hey guys, and welcome to part 6 of the Sonic Unleashed playthrough. We've finished off the Spagonia night, and we're heading back to the Professor to find out where we need to go next.
I'm very hungry for some cucumber sandwiches right now.
Have you ever actually tried that, actually?
No, they're freaking disgusting.
Hi, Amy. Wow.
And she accepted that quickly, didn't she?
Well, I think that's what they wrote her as a stereotypical. I can't talk tonight.
Stereotypical?
Yes, thank you, Colin. That's the one I'm looking for. Stereotypical fangirl. They wrote her as.
See, that's what I kind of like about the Archie comics. Like, Amy's not really like Sonic's girlfriend in the comics. She's more just a fangirl who's just obsessed with him, which kind of makes more sense in a way.
I suppose so, but then isn't the way Amy treated in the Boom franchise slightly different?
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're more. Well, I've not really watched Sonic Boom, but from what I can see, they're not really like a couple. They're just kind of more like pals in a way.
That's fine. As long as she's not over the top. Right, now that we found out from the Professor, we're heading off to a brand new country. We're going to China.
You brought your passport?
I suppose so. But then again, now you never mind, I made that Sonic X episode where they are forced to carry licenses and passports.
Really?
Aye.
See, I never really watched Sonic X, so I can't say.
Ugh, you better not watch, but some of it was weird stuff. This was before even after Sonic was announced to the public. And then as soon as he was announced to the public, all his friends were like given license, passports and all, and for Tails, he was given every type of license to fly every type of vehicle he can fly.
Right. To me, no other Sonic show will beat Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. That was like the only show that I watched.
Is that the one by Julia White voicing the character?
Yeah, and it's got like it's like the sort of crazy Dr. Robotnik, where like everything's like fucking mental.
Ah, the one that was somewhat sinister.
Are you thinking of the Sat AM?
I'm thinking of that
Sally?
one. What?
The one I'm thinking of is it's got like Scratch and Grounder in it.
Oh look, it's Grounder. And here we are. This is China, folks.
It's like you're expecting like Kung Fu Panda to like just pop out somewhere, aren't you? His noodle shop and stuff.
The Werehog hates vases, by the way.
So does Link. He'll be like, no, that's my job.
Oh, this is one of my favourite music pieces as well.
You know what's funny? I've kind of got a bit of a funny story about this sort of music.
Why?
I was playing Sonic Unleashed once, and it's like the sort of daytime music for when you're going through the hub world.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad, he was like sort of like working on the loft, which is like just outside my room.
Mm-hmm.
And like my door was open, and like the music was kind of like blaring through it, and my dad was like, "Colin, what the fuck are you listening to?"
And I bet you after you explained it, and he still thought it was weird as fuck.
I was like, oh, turn that shit off.
Oh, he wouldn't be saying that if we were in Shamar. Because we all know how much jazz your father likes.
Yeah, he loves his jazz. In fact, give him like the whole like battle theme for like the Werehog and stuff like that. It's got like all the jazz and stuff like that. He'll love that.
Oh, apparently this guy's not letting us through. Why? You shall not pass!
He just needs to whip out a staff.
And then as soon as we find as we say, oh, we got permission from this old lassie, old woman here, it's like, oh, by all means, go through. I'm surprised he's not the one acting weird at night, considering he's the somewhat protector of this village.
It can't be as bad as this NPC that's in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty darn hilarious. It's like right at the beginning of the game, like this guy won't let you through to like another area of the game because he says he's found some very scary looking footprints. But after you sort of like complete one of the objectives, and when you get back to that same area, it says, "Oh, you can go through now." I found out that the footprints were mine.
What an
I'm like,
arse!
you fucking idiot!
What an arse! What a fucking idiot! Anyway, off we go to Dragon Road Night.
We're going to fight some Kung Fu Panda style.
Well, I would hope so. I was hoping that I'm not sure if there's a move name in the list of the combat moves that the Werehog does, where it's Kung Fu Werehog or something like that.
Kung Fu Werehog.
Well, there is one which is a reference to Street Fighter, the Shohoken.
Oh.
Yeah.
Clever.
By the way, dick move, Sega. Medal right behind you as you start. Dick move.
Naughty Sega.
Oh, not this fucking battle theme again!
Did you say to like get yourself through these levels, you put like your own sort of music over it?
I would. If I knew how to do that, then trust me, I would love to do that. Like, I would rather listen to the actual night level music rather than this battle theme over and over again. I mean, did I mention how good the soundtrack is?
I know you love this soundtrack, Andrew. Do you love it even more than Sonic 06's soundtrack?
That's a bit of a tough question because all the soundtracks are good in their own way. I mean, what is your favourite actually then?
Of the Sonic franchise?
I have all the games.
I do quite like Sonic Adventure soundtrack because of the amount of like variety that's in it. Like you've got like rock and then you've got like sort of jazzy themes and stuff like that.
Well, this game has its own variations as well, and it's all based on the locations it's based on.
I do like this game's soundtrack as well.
Like, when seeing if you would, let's say if you listen to it and you close your eyes and then you didn't know it was from a Sonic game, you would think, okay, this sounds a bit Chinese, this sounds African. You know what I mean?
What would you say is your favourite soundtrack of like any game franchise at all?
Oh, again, that's gonna be a tricky one. But I'll say, but again, of all the soundtracks that I listen to, it's mostly Sonic's.
Sonic's.
The ones that I keep going back to listen to. I mean, hell, they even managed to accomplish something where even a bad game has a fantastic soundtrack.
Yeah. Except Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
The music in that game is just a bit too generic.
Forgettable.
I think the only theme that I can think from Sonic Boom is the main theme, but aside from that, nothing.
Now, right here, folks, there's a fork in the. The main goal is to go to the left, but there is an optional path that you can take to the right through those stone walls. But it's essentially a mook rush, like as if we've already done that a few more times. But what do you get? What's your reward for finding like 5 waves of enemies in that room? A sun medal.
A sun medal.
Just a sun medal. That's all you get. These variations of the nightmares, they can block really hard now.
Can I just say, like, where's the light coming from when Sonic's using his claws?
I have no idea. Video game logic.
Just makes it look cool.
I need to do that again.
It wasn't satisfying enough.
First the time, aye. Now, there's this enemy here that's giving off electricity current here. There's actually a unique thing that you can do with this particular stage, which follows physics. If you pick up the enemy just before it does its electrical attack, and again before it does its shock, it bounces off another enemy, and then just as it does the shock animation, falls into the water, all the enemies that got hit by that will die. Because we all know water and electricity do not go well together.
No.
But if you grab it too soon, you can get shocked as well. I mean, like that.
I mean, have you seen that scene from the Simpsons movie where like Homer picks up a fish after he's like electrocuted them all?
I think so. I've only saw the film movie once now. I can't remember all of it.
It's like where he puts like a bug zapper in the water and he electrocutes all the fish.
And they're all dead.
Yeah, and he tries to take a bite out of one of them, but then he himself gets electrocuted.
Oh, but now I remember, it's not the one where he's on the boat with Flanders and Flanders' son?
Are you thinking like one of the episodes?
I think so, it's when they're stranded in the sea.
Aye, that's one of the season 5 episodes. It's like in the movie, like he's just sitting in the boat with Bart.
Ah, okay. And here's our new type of enemy here, the bees. You can do a QT in. They have 2 variations, but just like the little Rexes, they are just different. The only difference is damage. Like the red ones do more damage. God, I love breaking those vases.
It's a satisfying sound effect, isn't it?
Well, it's a generic one actually.
Yeah, but it's quite satisfying, especially when you see like a whole bunch of them.
Or you throw something off screen and that plays a sound effect. Right, this here is an optional shortcut, which is mandatory if you want to beat this. If you don't want to do this level in like 20 minutes. This is a shortcut for you folks. Take the bottom path, you'll have to go through all those 2 towers there, you have to go through them with enemy waves. But here I'm saying, fuck that noise, and let's go on. Now you can run on this dragon here, you have to avoid the fire. The fire isn't an insta-kill, but it slowly drains your health. Here's me trying to be good, but then I'm like, fuck it, run, run, run,
My
run!
fire is on fire! My fire is on fire! He's not giving a shit, is he?
Well, he is if he's raving all over the place. Oh, goody. As if one saw blade wasn't enough. Oh, that's a dick jump, that. Well, at least I got out without being burnt. For that bit, anyway. And these poles that you've been grabbing on this entire game, this is where they start to troll you, where they can switch on and off.
Oh, God.
Oh, look, it's Big Mama. It must be the 3rd movie this time. Right, what I'm going to try and do is, over to the right platform here, there's a metal, but there's also an electric enemy. And again, if that electric enemy is underwater, it should shock all the other enemies as well. But that's only if it stays on the water and electrocutes the water, because they're standing on, like... You know what water's like when you stand on a small platform and then the water's like half flooded, where you know, like a puddle?
Mm-hmm.
They can get shot, but as you can see, I failed. So I'm just going to have to do this the long way. And these is where they introduced the wizard type enemies as well. There's about 5 variations, I believe. The ones that... Oh, there you go, there it's working there, see? Now they're getting shot. See, there you go. Just spontaneously combustible. Anyways, I was saying the wizard types, there's 5 variations. The 2 that will give you the most trouble are the ones that can heal themselves and all the other enemies, and then those ones covered in fire. Yeah, smack him down. Well, at least this werehog this level's not that bad in terms of length. I think this is the shortest one in the game, actually.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
And there's a moon or sun medal on the right there, but you have to make a humongous jump across there.
Take it you weren't gonna risk it.
Nah. Like I said before, folks, any sun and moon medals that are mandatory and I've missed, I'll get them off screen. No need to patronize me in the comments. Gee, with so many columns of leveling, it's like they really want you to play as the werehog.
Padding.
By the way, when you max them out, the werehog's ridiculous.
I can imagine.
But don't bother. It's a waste of time. All you get's an achievement.
So you've never gone through and...
Once in my entire life. Just once.
Were you just curious?
Aye, because I loved the game at the time, but then I was like, and then, fun fact actually, me and Steven, we got the game at the same time, but we were going to race each other to who got the platinum first. And he eventually won. And he still got one, of all the stages, I cannot beat his record at, Windmill Isle Act 2.
Really?
Yep. I cannot get his record, which I believe is 2 minutes 12. And here's our first night boss, folks. The Dark Gaia Phoenix.
Oh, is that you?
Now, the strategy for this Phoenix is these jars here, these light blue jars that are full of water. When he's left open to attack, you need to pick up those jars and throw them at him, which will cause him to diminish his flames. And then when he's down, exhausted with trying to get his flames back up, that's when you can go in for a punch and then initiate a QTE. This music is also really good.
This isn't the one with like the fucking rampaging elephants, is it?
Yeah, it is. What? You don't like that sound effect they use?
No, it's like, I see like a lot of people like say this this game's soundtrack has a lot of rampaging elephants. Which is like the best sort of like image that I've got in my mind. Like rampaging elephants.
Oh, you thinking maybe the elephants from the Jungle Book then?
Yeah.
And this is their ultimate weapon, is that what you're saying? There we are, all the medals are collected, now to just defeat the boss. Yes, they have medals in boss fights. Don't ask me how that bloody works. But
The Romy Precious medal collection. I must say, Squidward, you're going really well with that saxophone or clarinet.
oh no, the best saxophone I've ever heard in the series is Knuckles' theme from Adventure 1 where it goes to the solo bit. That saxophone, man. Then again, it's mostly the electric guitar they focus on. Wait, let's see if I can get this QT right. Well, that's one round done. Now, the boss is in 3 rounds, folks. Each round the health is increased a little bit longer, but you just need to do the exact same thing. Only like, you know, instead, like the first round you need to throw 1 jar, second round you need to throw 2. That's all it really changes.
You know, I just realised something.
What?
Like, Jet the Hawk, he's like a bird. But how come this bird actually looks like a bird?
You're thinking too far into this, my friend.
I'm looking far too into this.
I mean, look at Sonic 06. What kind of world has natural-looking killer whales and dogs and cats, but freakishly mutated hedgehogs, foxes, and echidnas? I mean, look at Pele, the beloved dog. Oh, Jesus, I can't go on like this. Leave me alone. Give a minute.
I'll tear your fucking beak off and shove it up your ass.
Oh, right in the gut. Oof. It is somewhat, you know, the werehog concept is a bit, like, what? But, see, stuff like that, and especially with the last round, which we'll see later on, it is so satisfying. I mean, like that move that I love to abuse is where you do the uppercut, then in the middle of the enemy you can grab the enemy and pan them on top of others. I'm like, that is awesome. Yeah, thank you, camera, for clipping through those tower there. That's right. There you go. Thank you. I really need to stop him from throwing those jars at me. Shit, he did it again!
Right, who's the wise guy that keeps spawning those jars?
Developers? Fuck. Oop. Okay. Didn't mean for that to happen.
Very slippy.
Aye. Ah, damn it. Well, at least it didn't throw me off the stage. That would have been bullshit.
Is there some invisible walls?
Yeah, I think they're invisible walls. Unless you desperately want, unless you deliberately want to jump off the platform, but why would you want to do that? Now, I have to admit, this boss took me, this boss took longer than I expected. Mainly because it was my fuck-ups. Again, Murphy's Law spreads far, folks. You'd be surprised when it catches up to you.
Can I just say that this music, I'm just going to call it now, I'm calling it Squidward and his rampaging elephants. Because there he is, like, rocking out with his clarinet and the elephants are, like, just having a tantrum in the back.
No, like that guy from Jungle Book. Yes, sir.
An elephant never forgets. Well, you forgot our son. What?
Right, this move I'm talking about right here. Look at this. Suplex that phoenix. Booyah! That is awesome.
Strike 3.
And if you've noticed, that voice clip did cut off there. In the 360 version, the voice clip actually plays out a little bit longer instead of cutting off. It'll be like strike 3 monster, that's enough out of you. But for whatever reason on the PS3 version, it's cut off. Don't know why. Then again, I did say the best version of this game is the 360 version because the way it renders things faster. Plus, it adds a bit more. See, if you look, when you look at the Werehog's model here, and then look at the 360 version, the fur is a lot more darker. That could just mean that maybe at that time, at this time that came out, the developers were not 100% familiar how the PS3 worked as developing time. I mean, this is not DVD. This is not like a DVD. This is like Blu-ray, which is at the time was brand new.
But ironically enough, like, you know how there might be like a few frame rate issues like in the cutscenes due to the werewolf's fur. Ironically, it's the PS2 and Wii versions where there's no like frame rate issues because it's like I don't want to say it's like a pre-recorded video, but it's like it's not really like an in-game cutscene.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I saw that. They just basically took the cutscenes HD from the HD version, just slapped them in there. I mean, the werewolf's model in the Wii, when I saw it in behind the scenes, it's not really that much detail. Like you see here, it's all the tension on the fur, to make it realistic. But the downside is that it causes the frame rate to die.
It's like, I imagine it would run much smoother if it was like remastered for the Xbox One and PS4.
Oh come on, you know Sega's not gonna do that.
They're not Capcom, who remasters every game that they have.
Because they gotta make up their money some way for all the fuck ups they've done.
I love how you can actually hear Sonic like panting as if he's out of breath from running. That was like really ironic.
I love this. Mike Pollock, is that you?
I see. I'll bet your job is to guard the Emerald Temple.
You know, stuff like that is a nice good laugh. Visual comedy. And now the Phoenix is back to normal.
Yeah, we just beat the shit out of you, so I hope you fucking forgive us and take this bit of chocolate. Thanks for the chocolate.
He's not going to go far, by the way. If you keep on watching this cutscene, he just goes up a mountain and then just looks back. Doesn't fly away in the distance. Bit of a weird looking Phoenix, don't you think? Then again, I don't think Phoenixes are real.
Nah.
See what I mean? Look, it just sits on the mountaintop. Now fuck off on my temple!
Let me eat my chocolate in peace.
Ah, here we are. Do you think they're trying to rip off Star Wars here? With the droids at the bottom floor doing all the work?
Probably. I get more of a Star Trek feel.
Wow, look at that sandwich.
All it needs is like the Subway wrapper around it. You could have got some product placement in there. Eat fresh.
But what bizarre thing is that look how fast Eggman consumes that fucking sandwich. I mean, look at that. That was only like 30 seconds. He scoffed that entire foot-long sandwich. Mind you, if that was a baguette, I would gladly eat that.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have that as well? Like every time you see a character, like let's say you watched a soap opera for it. I doubt you would. But let's say you watched EastEnders, for example, then that character is got a cup of coffee and he's drinking it, and then do you immediately go, I want a cup of coffee myself?
Yeah.
I mean, this game has a lot more emphasis on food.
Maybe all the developers were just really hungry when making this game.
Or maybe they realised Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. So.
Oh yeah. Didn't that movie come out like 2 years after this game came out?
Well, I was talking more about the book.
Oh yeah, that was based on a book.
And here's where we're introduced to one of Eggman's henchmen. Well, hench robots. Well, before they gave him an official name, Orbot in colours, everybody kept calling him Ergo because he would keep on saying that. And you gotta love how Eggman realises he's fucked up here. Look, watch his moustache.
It's like, oh shit.
Like his moustache goes down there with his...
Part of my plan. Part of the big picture. Where's the fun in having my plan succeed without any challenge?
You're bullshitting me, aren't you? I love that reaction. He's like, you're bullshitting me, aren't you?
Is it me, or do you think Eggman kind of works when he's got one or two robot sidekicks that are just stupid?
Yeah.
Like, again, they introduced Orbot here and then they introduced Cubot in colours.
Gaia. It'd be difficult to collect every piece scattered all across the world.
Searching conventional wisdom banks for topical advice. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Slow and steady wins the race. Nobody likes a whiner.
Lee.
Is there some way to, I don't know, gather them all up at once?
Of course, with scientists, they want to do the lazy approach.
Yeah.
Mind you, that is a badass chair he's got.
Right, now let's see what videos Cal Gaming's uploaded.
And with that, we'll be sure to see you in the next part, folks.